So I just want to have a little chat. I want to do like a little life advice series, just rapid fire, random stuff. Basically, like things that I wish I knew before I turned 18 that no one told me. So, like if you're a big sister or you didn't really have a motherly presence, though this doesn't have to be completely feminine, but it is going to lean that way because I'm a girl. And so that's the advice that I needed. So it's the advice, a lot of worthy advice, but some of it is just general too. So whoever you are, I think you could benefit from this. But I love watching these types of little videos and things like that because I just learn so much, or I hear things in a different way, and then it changes my perspective, enabling me to grow. So that's what we're gonna do today. And my very first little tidbit, my very first thing is that alcohol is poison. There's literally not one good thing that comes from alcohol. It's not good for you, it's not healthy. It doesn't help you relax. It doesn't give you a personality. It doesn't make things more fun. In fact, it kind of completely halts your life and puts it on pause, whether you abuse it or not. And if you guys have seen my addiction videos and like my story with alcoholism and stuff, you really know my stance behind alcohol, but just in the most general sense, it is poison and nothing good comes of it. If you rent, you need renter's insurance. If you own pets, you need pet insurance. And if you buy a car, gap insurance saved my butt. That could go either way, but just educate yourself on insurance and the things and the coverage that you need because you never know when something is going to go wrong. And the reason I said I kind of am going to go and explain things that I wish that I knew before I turned 18 is because that is kind of when you're like thrown into the world and you've been disciplined by like teachers and parents and mentors and elders all up until that point basically, and then you're kind of just like on your own and it's a free-for-all and it's super exciting, and then you can do whatever you want whenever you want, but living like that is not sustainable, you know, like it's fun for a little while until it's not fun, and then you're like, I'm directionless, I'm purposeless, I have nowhere to go, I don't know what to do. It can be scary, it can be dangerous, so I feel like these are beneficial things to know before you get that age. And sometimes it's easier to hear it from an outside perspective than it is like directly from your parents, I feel like. Maybe that's just like my experience because my parents were never really parental, if you will, but I digress. You need to have two banking accounts, at least two checking accounts. You need to have two accounts. I have a checking and savings account at one bank and a checking and savings account at another bank, and I highly suggest doing that. And the reason is because then you have a checking and savings account that you can access on the daily, and that's important. So that's where like all your main income goes. That's where all your paychecks deposit. That's where you pay your bills out of. That's where groceries, food, toiletries, all of that comes out of, gas, all of it. But you need the second one for a lump sum of money. I suggest starting out with 2 to 3 months worth of rent. If you are in a higher tax bracket than me, 6 months of rent is probably like where I would cap it off at. But that is so important and so detrimental. And I actually had a lot of people tell me this in different ways growing up, and I just didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to listen. Because at the time I was like, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, you know, I have like $10 to my name, like I want to go spend it at KFC. I want to go spend it on a little bit of Mexican food. Like I want to go spend it on something fun for myself. And again, that's not sustainable because if you're doing that $10 to $15 a month or a paycheck, that adds up, okay? And then you're safe. It's like going around the bases, okay? So you make it through that first and second and third paycheck, and then you hit home base, and you have it capped, and you have made it to your goal, and then guess what? Now, not only do you have an emergency fund savings for anything that could happen, a flat tire, you need tow service, something really big happens to your car. And I say car problems because I feel like, one, that's super universal, that's something like we have all experienced or are experiencing. And two, transportation, depending on where you live, is extremely vital to continue keeping your income incoming. You know what I mean? Like we have to get to work to be able to work, and we don't all work from home. So anyway, but your washer and dryer could go out, and guess who's now responsible for that now that you're an adult? You. And if you come from a place of privilege where your parents can help you out or front you the money, then congratulations. But not everyone does, and so you have to be prepared for that. You have to be ready for that, or you're going to end up being in a hole, and it's a hole that you don't want to be in because holes lead to cycles, okay? So you'll get in the hole, so your washer and dryer breaks, then you can't wash and dry your clothes, so you have to drive to the laundromat, so then you have to pay even more to wash and dry your clothes, so you can't save up to buy a washer and dryer because you're doing that, plus it's extra gas money, plus it takes away from more of your free allotted time as a human being, which we all need. So again, just another like normal real life example that I feel like is important. You know what I'm saying? So have that lump sum of money because it will save your booty. And yeah, you're gonna have to like self-discipline and have delayed gratification for a few months, but it pays off in the long run, and it's always there if you need it, and there is nothing that will give you a more immense feeling of peace. If you want like a more in-depth episode, I just did a podcast episode talking about why money matters and how to change your mindset and things like that. Go check that out. Okay, owning a black and white t-shirt and a black and white long sleeve shirt will take your wardrobe literally 10 times further. I'm not even kidding. Seriously, make it your mission this week to go to Target and get a black and white t-shirt and a black and white long sleeve shirt. Basics. And the reason I say Target, though Walmart has really stepped up their game, is because they're an affordable price point, but they're still good enough clothes that they're going to last you. You don't want to buy the cheapest of the cheap every single time you buy something, because you're going to end up replacing it every year. And I speak from experience, because that was me, and that's what I did. And though you can find some really good items at the Dollar Tree that will last, it is so frustrating and annoying to be like, I just bought this. I just got this. Like, this isn't of any value. This doesn't work. So sometimes it is worth it to wait a little bit longer to get the nicer thing. Anyway, go to Target, get a nice white cotton and black cotton t-shirt and long sleeve shirt, and see how much that quadruples your wardrobe. Seriously, wish I would have known this sooner. Having a skincare routine is, I'm playing fetch with my dog, I'm so sorry. Having a skincare routine is so much more than just taking care of your skin. Not only will you thank yourself in 20 years for having a skincare routine, but it also gives you something to look forward to. You will thank yourself in 20 years, and your skin is your biggest organ, so you really should take care of it. But having this skincare routine also sets you up in a very easy, small, obtainable way to like implement in your life ways to develop and form new healthy habits. And it has just completely changed my life, and that's coming from someone who has done makeup professionally for 8 years, and I'm only 26, but I seriously started taking my skin seriously about 3 years ago when I got sober, and I needed something to take up all the time that I normally would have just been drinking and not realizing time was going by. And so I delved headfirst into that and realized how much more I was benefiting from it than just having a skincare routine or just having quote-unquote nice skin. It's life-changing. Another really, really good hack is to double cleanse your skin. So whatever face wash you're using right now, doesn't matter if it works for you, it works for you, girl. Use it twice. So wash your face for 60 seconds, just like you would wash your hands. It gets all the germs off. But washing it that first time, all that does is gets off like the dust, impurities, pollution, things like that, washes your skin. The second cleanse washes your pores. And that's what you need to cleanse. That's where acne comes from, is within the pores. So make sure you're doing that, because that is a literal, like, free way to get better skin so easy. And when I heard it that way, I was just like, duh, it clicked, you know? And it made a huge difference in my skin. So maybe it'll make a difference in yours, because I'm not even someone who's ever, like, suffered from cystic or fungal acne or any, like, detrimental acne or skin conditions. But to see an improvement just from doing that is kind of mind-blowing. And it's free. So you should do that. Every millionaire is going to say to make your bed every single day, and it's going to change your life. And it's not. It really, really isn't. But you know what is? Making small steps and sticking to it every single day to slowly change your life. Like, you can't start if you don't start. And I tell so many people that. People will be like, oh, I want to start an Instagram. What's your advice? Or, oh, I need to do a podcast. What's your advice? Or like, oh, I've been interested in YouTube. My advice is to start, because you cannot start without starting. So start. Do it. You'll be so much further today than you were yesterday if you just start. Waking up in a matching pajama set does something. It does something for you. And maybe it's because I'm 26 and I'm starting to like transition to being like quote unquote old. But waking up in matching pajamas has done way more for me than making my bed ever has. I feel more put together. I feel more motivated. I feel more ready to start my day. I feel kind of cute. I start, the day on the right side of the bed, because I'm like, oh, okay, what am I going to wear today? Because these pajamas are cute. So I kind of have to it's almost like I'm competing with my pajamas to look cute for the day, which is like great motivation, because we don't always have that first thing in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Failure doesn't exist. Failure is always and will always be redirection, and I have an entire episode on that as well. But you know what does exist? Avoiding new experiences that could change your literal life. So make sure you're not avoiding new experiences because you're afraid of failing. That is going to give you knowledge. It's going to give you experience. And then you're going to be able to reroute and find a different way to get to where you wanted to go. And it's going to make things more clear when it comes to your path, whether it's a path of a career, a path of a relationship, or path of just like life in general, and there's not always a clear path. You know what I'm saying? So getting that experience, getting your foot in the door, dipping your toe in the water, all of that is going to make a difference for you to learn more, grow more, see more, and make it more clear to you. And we could all use a little bit of clarity when it comes to things like that. Growing old should not be a concern. Being scared of aging should not be a concern of yours, of mine. Like 25 to 26 was like really hard for me. Jordan, his 27th birthday was like really hard on him. And the thing is that growing old is a privilege that so many of us are denied, and there's a reason that we're here and we have a purpose, and it is to be fulfilled. And you probably have a desire that's like burning in your heart. And the thing about desires is that they don't go away. So if you've been fighting that desire and something is coming up right now while I'm talking to you about passion and desires and purpose, that is your thing. That's what it is. And you need to stop fighting it and go for it. Again, don't be afraid of failing, because it doesn't exist. It's not true. You can't fail at something. And you can't fail at something if you don't try. You know what I'm saying? And if you can learn to see the value in everything that you try to do, you will never be failing. You will always have something worth value, because you've reframed your way of thinking to see it as value. I'm a hand talker. Have you noticed that yet? Drink more water. Your body will thank you. Your skin will thank you. Your nails will thank you. Your hair will thank you. Everyone will thank you. All your organs will scream, yay! I promise, drink more water. It will change your life. There are so many things in this world that are not your business. They're just simply not your fucking business. Like people's opinions of you, how people think they should you should live your life, people's perception of you is none of your business, okay? How the back of your head looks when you get your hair done, none of your business, okay? Don't worry about it, okay? We have there are way more important things to be thinking about than other people. You know what I'm saying? And other people's opinions, other people's perceptions, other people's realities. They're literally not your business. So don't concern yourself with that when you have so much more to focus on and worry about and concern yourself with and work towards yourself. You don't have to say yes to everything. There is no FOMO. FOMO doesn't exist. But if you're a people pleaser and you think that you constantly have to say yes to things and that you're obligated to please people by showing up to these events or to be present when you yourself are struggling or don't have the capacity to do it, whether it's socially or physically or mentally or emotionally, you are not a bad person for saying no, for not attending an event. There is no obligation for you to do anything other than be a good person, in my opinion. And yeah, that comes with supporting your friends, showing up to events, being there for others, saying yes when you can, helping others. But that's the key right there. Saying yes when you can. You can't always say yes. And learning to say no is a freaking superpower, okay? Learn how to do it. Constantly being grateful for things will only lead you to have more things to be grateful for. And I promise you that. Gratitude is the key to happiness. The road to happiness. The road to success. Gratitude is everything. Learn how to do it, even for the smallest of things. I write a list almost every single night. I unfollowed almost every celebrity on Instagram. Yeah, on Instagram as possible, because I was comparing myself to their posts, to their brand deals, to the experiences they were getting, and it felt like my life was lacking because I was constantly comparing it to these people I was seeing online. And you have control over that. You don't have control over everything that you might see or hear about in life, but one thing you do have control over is your social media feed. So tailor it to you for positive things that bring you joy, and they're going to set you up for success and to put you in a good mood, not into a mindset of comparison, because that will always take away your joy. You do not have to be good at something to enjoy doing it. For example, I am teaching myself to learn piano. Am I good? No. But do I enjoy it? Yeah, actually I really, really do. It makes me really excited. Even though I can't read sheet music and I'm kind of just memorizing songs by like the keys, I'm trying. And I'll get there eventually. It's one of my goals for 2024 is to like fully at least learn 2 songs to play on the piano. But it brings me joy. I'm not good at it. Same with singing. I am not good at singing. If anything, I was somehow in 5th grade honor choir. Don't ask me, because I know that I can't sing. I couldn't carry a tune if it were in a bucket, okay? But I enjoy it so much. It makes me happy. We came home from church today and we cleaned the house and did a bunch of our chores that we'd been slacking on a little bit around the house, because it's just busy season, and that's okay. We weren't beating ourselves up about it, but we had the time, so we did it. And I put some music on through my Echo Dot, and we just I just sung the whole time, and it put me in a good mood. And then I was focused on singing and not doing my tasks, and that's another tip. Don't think about the fact that you have to do the dishes and then dread it and then talk to yourself in your mind about how much you hate doing the dishes the whole time you're doing the dishes. Put on a podcast. Watch a YouTube video. Put on your favorite show in the background. Put on some comfort music. Put on some music and sing along. Try to multitask while you're doing a chore if possible. I do it when I'm doing laundry. I do it when I'm doing the dishes. I do it when I'm vacuuming, which is, I usually end up missing out on a lot and have to rewind. But you can wear AirPods, and I probably should. I just don't. However, doing something that you enjoy while doing something that you inherently already have to do helps make the process so much easier and more enjoyable. And then you're getting more things done. So it's a win-win. Wash your sheets. Wash your bedding, like once a week. And I know that that's annoying, and you're like, oh my god, I shower every single night. Every single night. I do not get into that bed with day clothes on, like dirty day clothes. And I still wash my bedding like once a week. You know why? Dead skin, pollution, dander, dust. Okay, if you made it this far into the video, this is like a little nugget of gold you're about to get in your pocket, my friend, because when I tell you that I wish someone would have told me this so much sooner, because I would have profited off this for I would have been utilizing this way sooner, and I think that it would have benefited me in a lot of ways. But your smell is the closest associated sense that we have with memory. And I don't remember things well. I don't know if that's the mental health, or like 2020 messed us up, or if it's the alcohol or what it is, but I have a hard time remembering memories. But if you use scent to your advantage, and you can do this in so many ways, I'm about to give you some examples, you will remember things so much easier. There's a psychology behind it. When I tell you that it is, sorry Zepplin, I didn't mean to scare you, buddy. It has changed my life. So I have a sleep spray. I use the Myers lavender scent. You can use any scent you want, but lavender also does help promote sleep and relaxation. So I do go with lavender because I like lavender, but maybe you don't. You can use whatever you want. Spraying that on my bed before I go to sleep tells my body it's time to go to bed. Like, I smell that and I'm like, oh, I remember, like, good sleep. Like, I don't know what it is, but I have not struggled with sleeping since. And when you first get sober from alcoholism, it is so hard to sleep. I was trying everything and doing everything, and that has just like tricked my brain into knowing that it's bedtime. Like, it is the most amazing, easy trick. But another way that you can utilize this is I have like the plugins and an air wick up here, and I change it out at least 4 times a year. So I do like pumpkin in the like October, September, November months, and then I will do like this pine scent in the like Christmassy, winter, holiday, New Year's Eve months. And then I do one called like berry and bramble, I think, when it is summer. It's usually summer into spring. Like, usually I'll kind of like mix it up between two. You just heard it go off, actually. It's fine, but it smells like pine in here. This is a fake Christmas tree, but that's how I trick everyone. Okay, my last tip for you today, if you like this, I will do tons more. Don't worry, I have so much advice that I could share with you guys that I just love being a big sister. I am a big sister and I don't have one, so I just love filling that role. The last piece of advice I have for you is a really good one too, and it's the 48-hour rule. And that is that if something is still bothering you after 48 hours, you need to address it. And if you let 48 hours go by without addressing the conflict because you're trying to avoid confrontation or whatever it may be, then you probably don't care enough, or too much time has passed that now it's going to be harder to rekindle or to approach. So within 48 hours, approach the subject that made you uncomfortable that you want to talk about. And this will reframe the way you look at confrontation and conflict, I think, in your adult life. This is something like really, really nice to master. So if something is still bothering you after 48 hours, you need to bring it up. And if it's not still bothering you after 48 hours, congratulations, move on. Problem solved. It's not an issue. It's a non-issue. It's a no-go. It's not a problem. You know? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that was really fun. That was a good bit of information, isn't it? Zepplin and I are headed off to snuggle. Chief too. He's fast asleep over there on the couch, but I love you guys. Thanks for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. I'll be there. I don't know if he will be there, but I'll be there. Here's Chief B. You guys know Chief. He's getting a bit gray. He just turned 7 in August. He's my old man. My little senior citizen. Aw, it's my boy. It's my boy. Yeah.